Hello, hi. My name is Dr. Ganapathi Rao Gajula, working as Assistant Professor in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, I want to discuss about the introduction to databases in DBMS, Database Management System. So, in this, initially, what is the data? Data is a collection of bits. It is maybe videos, audios, numbers. Simply, it is a raw facts. Data is a collection of bits or raw facts which can be processed and produced into the meaningful data. Is nothing but information. So it is a simply the data is unprocessed data. It is not a meaningful. It is not meaningful. So the data, it may be images, audios, videos, speeches, numbers. So which can be represented in the systems stored in the computer language. For example, employee data which has the some name. Here we take the example Suresh, address 25,000, salary, date of joining, employee ID. See in this figure, so this image consists the numbers are irregular, different numbers, different collection of data. Some characters are there, some numbers are there. So, right. So this is the example for the data. Next one, information. So information means when the data is processing, the data is a processing. So which means that it is a meaningful form of the data. The data can be ordered systematically. That is nothing but the information. For example, in previous one, data we take the example Suresh, some address 25,000. Sorry, there is not a meaningful. There is no meaning in this Suresh address 25. But when this data is processed, then it is the meaningful data. The example for the information, Suresh's salary is 25,000. It is a meaningful. So this information which helps the human being in their decisions making. So knowledge can be acquired through study and experience. When you see the example, so this image consists the characters is a ordered. The character is arranged in particular order, and also numbers is a order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Here the characters also A, B, C, D, E, F, G and so on. So this is the systematic arrangement. That is nothing but the information. So what is the difference between the data and the information? So data is a raw facts. Already, as I told that it is a unorganized data, which means unprocessed data. So it is a unorganized facts. It needs to be processed. So the data can be simple and seemingly random and useless until it is a organized. That is about the data. So, and come to the information. See, this is when data is processed, this organized, structured or presented in a given context. So, as it make it a useful. So, this is a useful data. When data is processed, it is useful. That is called information. See in this figure, in these images. So, data is all the collection of raw bits. This consists, and second image consists it is a periodic or a arrangement of order. So the data can be processed. These are the ordered. So it is the information which gives the information. So next, so in the data versus information. So data is 51007. There is not a meaningful here. When this data can be processed, this gives the information. How it can be becomes a information. 51007. So 5, which is the date, mention the date, 5th, 10th month, 07 year. So the date of your final exam held at 5/10/07. And also this can be as given as a rupees and 51,007 dollars. So that is the average starting salary of an account manager. And also this 51007 is a represent also pin code. When you give this process the data, this can be 51007 is a represented as a pin code of bronze and lower. So this is the data versus information. So now what is the data and information, how it can be processed? Initially, the data is a processing. When data is a processing, then it becomes a information. So all the type of the data, we collect the data. This collected data can be processed, it becomes a information. Next one, what is the database? So database is nothing but the collection of related information, collection of related data, simply collection of information which can be organized in the form of tables and stored in a computer system. That is a database. Database is a collection of information and organized in the form of table stored in the computer system. This information can be update, modify, retrieve, insert and delete the data efficiently if needed. So this information it may be updated, modified, retrieve, insert, delete the data efficiently if needed. The example for the database. So we consider the college database. This college database organizes the data of the students, admins, staff, faculty, etc. So in this, we have the database of the dictionary, student database, library, railway timetable. These are the example for the database. So see we have the collection of information which can be stored in the computer systems. So this image gives the example for the database. And now, what is database management system? Database management system is a software tool or software which is used to design the software which is used to design to manage and organize the data in a structured way. That is nothing but the database management system. Simply database management software tool which is used to design the database to manage and organize the data in the structured way. Database management system which provides the users and applications with the tools to store and retrieve, update and manage the data efficiently and securely. So here when you use this DBMS which provides the multiple users and their applications with a tool where to store the data and how we can access the data and update the existing data and manage the data efficiently when you use this DBMS. DBMS enables the organization of large amount of data into databases and give the facilities to the creation, deletion and maintenance of the data. So database consists the large data So in this large amount of data can be stored. Using the DBMS, this is the interaction between the database to users and developers and different type of see this diagram represents DBS is a intermediate between this is the through the DBMS. The user can interact the database through the DBMS and developers also can interact the database through DBMS. So this is the example for the DBMS. Then DBMS allows the developers to perform some operations. What operations can be performed? In this, data definition. So data definition is define database structure. Database structure consists of tables, views, index using the DDL, data definition language. So data define the database structures using DDL language. And data manipulation. So in this, we want to insert the data in the tables. We want to update the data in the tables or delete the data in the tables. Insert, update, delete and query data using the DML language, data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. Data integrity and enforcement. So this data integrity enforcement which ensures that the data accuracy and consistency through the constraints. Which means that the data can be stored in the one file. When it is stored in this data can be, we want to take the data of the some user by hiding the some address. Suppose the student have the attribute student ID, student name, is address. So here when you want to know about the address attribute only by hiding the remaining one. So again you need to create the one more file. Like that we want to know about the student name only, remaining all hiding. In this way we have the more number of suppose student relation consists the student ID, SID, simply SID, S name, S age, S address. So in this, it consists the data. Suppose we want to only SID, S age, and S age and S address. So by hiding the S name. So again need to create the one more file. And we want to only SID, S name, S age by hiding the address. So again create the number. Due to this, there is a multiple files can be created. So that then leads to development of duplicate data. So when you update the data, address is changed from Chennai to Hyderabad. So if it is a change in the one file, that in remaining files the data is cannot be updated. This is the nothing but inconsistency. So when we use the DBMS, which ensures that the accuracy and consistency through the some conditions. Now data security. So implement the user authentication and authorization to control the database access. And the data relationship management. Define and maintain the relationship between the tables using the some keys, foreign key, like a foreign keys. And also use it for the transaction management. In the transaction management, the ACID properties, which ensure for reliable transaction processing. The transaction management, which ensures that ACID properties used for the reliable transaction processing. Next one, data backup and recovery. Data backup and recovery. So here regularly we back up the data, regular backup and use it for the recovery procedures to protect the data. Why you use the recovery and to back up the data? Here this is used for the protect the data. Next one, concurrency control. So concurrency control means that multiple transaction can be executed simultaneously. For this, manage simultaneous access to the database by multiple user or applications. For this, we use the mechanism with concurrency control. Next one, query optimization. So the query optimization improve the query performance for efficient data retrieval. For the query optimization is used for improve the performance, query executions correctly. This is used for the efficient data accessing. Then data aggregation and reporting. This data aggregation reporting, which performs some certain operations like some average aggregation operations, some average and count, and generate the reports. These aggregation operations, some average count, and generate the reports. Next, indexing and performance. To create the indexing, this indexing on the frequently queried to the speed up queries. So indexing for the performance is used for the frequently queried columns to speed up the queries, and handling large scale data. So using some partitioning or distributed systems, this is used to manage the large databases. And next one, data synchronization in a distributed systems, which ensures that in a consistency and synchronization of the data across distributed system or across the distributed system, the data must be consistent and synchronized. And the data modeling, this is used for the design and implementation of the data models. The data model entity relationship diagram to represent the data structures. Entity relationship diagrams are used for to represent the database structures. And backup scheduling and automation. So this automation database backup to ensure the data protection with minimal effort. So these are the main advantages of the database management system. And the database management system allows the users, what type of users, using the some certain tasks. Data definition. So data definition is used for the creation, modification, and remove the data. Then define the organization of the data in the database. For that we define the data definition. And the data updation. Data updation is used for insert the data in the tables, modification of the data, and deletion of the actual data in the database. For that we can apply the data updations. And next one, data retrieval. Data retrieval is used to retrieve the data from the database, which is used by the various purpose, which is used by application for various purpose. Next, user administration. So user administration used for registering and monitoring the users to maintain data integrity, enforcing data security, dealing with concurrency control, and monitoring the performance, recovering information corrupted by the unexpected failures. So any failures occurred, a system crashes, or recover the data. For this we use the DBMS. So DBMS allows some applications and use cases. So DBMS widely used in e-commerce platform. The e-commerce platform managing the products, customers, and transactions. Next, also used in the banking system, handling the accounts, transactions and financial data. Healthcare systems. This healthcare system, which consists the records of the patients, storing the patient records, their prescriptions and appointments. DBMS allows the social media applications also, storing user profiles and posts and the interactions between the users. Next one, inventory systems, tracking stock levels, suppliers and orders. For this we use the inventory system. These are the various applications of DBMS. So next, examples of DBMS. So relational database management system like MySQL, PostgreSQL or Oracle is a type of DBMS. These systems store the data in the form of tables using some language is called structured query language for querying and managing the data. So for this we consider the simple example. So for online bookstores, they have the books. So books consist the book ID, title, author and price. So books is the one relation. The books relation consists the attributes book ID, title, author, price. And the customer relation, the customer consists the customer ID, name, address, contact. Next, order relation consists the order ID, customer ID, book ID, order, date. These are the example for the DBMS. Next, purpose of database systems. So the database system is used to avoid the redundancy and the inconsistency. Redundancy means the multiple file formats it has. Simply the duplicate, the data is a duplicate in different files. The data can be stored in the multiple files. That is nothing but the data inconsistency can be occurred. Then difficulty in accessing the data. So it require the write a new program to carry the each new task. That is the difficulty to accessing the data. It requires the new task to carry the data. Next, data isolation. So in this we use the multiple files and formats. Data isolation consists the multiple files and formats. And DBMS is used for integrity problems. It is hard to add new constraints or changing existing words. For that we use the database systems. Simply it makes the integrity problems. Next, atomicity updates. So when system failures occurs, which may leave the database in the inconsistent state with partial updates carried out. What is atomicity? When the transaction is executed completely or not at all. Whether the transaction is executed completely or not at all. So when it is updates, if failures may leave the database in an inconsistent state with the partial updates carried out. Next, example of the atomicity updates. So transfer of funds from one account to another account should be either complete or not happen at all. Next, concurrent access anomalies. So concurrent access anomalies, if the two people access the same balance and updating at the same time, then the concurrent access anomalies can be occurred. So when you use this one, we can avoid these all problems. So this is the purpose of the database systems. What are the benefits of the DBMS? So data integrity must ensure that accuracy, consistency of the data through some conditions and validations. And a database management system provides the security. So it manages the data accessing using some authentication or authorization. So how we can manage the data using authentication and authorization. Data independence. Data is a separate, which is separated from application programs and allowing easier to maintenance and flexibility. Some data is a independence. Concurrency control. So manage multiple users accessing the data simultaneously without conflict. So backup and recovery. The DBMS must ensure that the data is recoverable when system crashes or in case of failures occurs. These are the benefits of the DBMS. And next one, course outcomes, conclusions. So the purpose of the database system is essential for efficient data management and ensuring the data integrity, security, scalability, and accessibility, enabling the organization to make informed decision and streamline operations effectively. For this is the main conclusions of the introduction of the database management system, DBMS. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.